out, okay? You could close the glove box.
I'm sorry, what for?
Because I'm asking you to, ma'am.
What's your probable cause?
You don't know what probable cause means, okay?
I do. My dad's a police officer.
Okay. Go and step on out for me, please, ma'am.
I'm providing a breath sample because you didn't explain it to me.
The officer initiates a traffic stop after observing the female going over the speed limit. The officer didn't realize that he would have a lot of explaining to do on this night.
I'm Officer Lujan, New Mexico State Police. You understand the reason why I'm stopping you?
I don't.
Okay, what's the speed? Up cool.
I was going with the flow of traffic.
Okay.
I didn't think I was speeding. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you're the only traffic. That's the funny part. Okay, and 44 and a 30. Okay, and then you actually were stopped at a green light. Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
Insurance, registration? You don't recall that? That's the title and registration. I just need your registration that you get from MVD, ma'am.
It might be online.
No worries. I'm gonna have you do, ma'am, is I'm gonna have you turn off the vehicle. I'm gonna have you step out, okay? You could close the glove box.
I'm sorry, what for?
Because I'm asking you to, ma'am.
What's your probable cause?
What's my probable cause? Obviously, I do this every single night. You don't know what probable cause means, okay?
I do. My dad's a police officer.
Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm smelling alcohol. It's very strong. I need you to step on out, ma'am.
I just picked him up from a club.
Okay, go and step on out for me, please, ma'am.
Okay. Again, what's your probable cause?
I'm gonna have you step on out.
Was I swerving? Do you have?
I'm asking you to step on out, please.
Do you have me on video swerving or doing?
It's all on camera. It is all on camera.
And
Come
what
on
is
out.
it?
Let's talk about it.
No.
No, Taylor, it's fine.
Listen, you're gonna make it a lot harder on yourself, okay? I'm asking you.
Taylor, stop.
Turn off the vehicle, please.
I just got off of work.
Go and turn off the
I'm
vehicle,
a nurse.
please. Okay.
I want to know what your reason is.
And I'm telling you, I'm smelling alcohol. It's very strong. I need you to step on out.
Him?
Okay, and then
From
let
the
me
person?
separate you guys, and I can see if it's coming from you or not.
Taylor, stop. It's fine. I just picked him up. I just got off of work.
I got you. I'm doing my job. You can respect that. You're a nurse, right?
Yes, I
Okay,
can.
then let's do this the cooperative way, and not the silly way. And you seeing you're arguing with me. I don't need to argue with you, ma'am. I'm too old for that stuff.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just asking why you're asking me to step out of the
Because I'm
vehicle.
asking you because I'm smelling alcohol. Okay, there's obviously indicators. Your eyes are bloodshot watery. I need you to step on out.
I have a
separate
drunk person in my car.
I can see that. Okay, and
so
I want to make sure that
was I not maintaining my lane?
I'm going to ask you again. Okay, you're
Was
going to need to step on out.
Was I
You're
not
not free to
maintaining
go.
my lane?
You're not free to go, ma'am.
Taylor, stop. Was I maintaining my lane?
EOD 96, come go and send another unit, please.
Yeah, you should.
Thank you, sir. And this is exactly why I need you to step on out so we can separate you from this.
Bring your supervisor, quick.
Taylor, stop it.
Fuck this.
Step on out of the vehicle, please, ma'am. I don't want to have to force you out, ma'am, and I don't need that,
I
okay?
don't want you to force
Exactly,
me out.
and I want you to step on out, please.
What your probable cause is for me stepping out?
Obviously, you don't know the difference between probable cause, okay? Probable cause is enough to arrest you, and I don't need to arrest you. I don't want to arrest you.
I don't want
I want to
you
make sure that you're safe to drive.
Taylor, stop.
Step on out of the vehicle, please, ma'am. Just, it's going to prevent a lot. Go on the other side.
This is her personal property.
Taylor,
She can stay on her personal
stop.
property.
Just watch this individual. He has a little mouth, and he's running his mouth, and there's a gun in the glove box. Step on out of the vehicle, please, ma'am.
Taylor. I understand that, but you need to sit here and be quiet.
I love it.
Just sit here. Taylor, just stop. Just
Want to step on out, please, ma'am? And I thank you for your cooperation. It's going to go a long way, okay? Walk to the front of my used vehicle. Walk to the front of my used vehicle, please.
Okay.
Right here. Right here to the front of my vehicle.
You're right in front.
Standing in front of my vehicle.
I'm in front of it.
Okay, ma'am, what's up with the rush? Why are you going so fast?
I didn't realize that I was. I'm sorry. I have work at 5 a.m. tomorrow as a nurse.
Okay.
I picked him up to do him a favor.
I appreciate that. Okay.
And I don't know
Well,
why
listen.
I'm getting pulled over.
Let me explain to you why you pulled you over again, okay? 44 miles an hour in a posted 30-mile-an-hour zone, okay? As I got to the rear of your vehicle, on Cole, as you're approaching I-25, it was a green light. You were actually stopped on a green light in the middle of the road.
Yes, because the other car coming across looked like he was going to run the red light, and I wanted to be safe.
Okay. And then I approached. I did nothing but respectful and kind. Okay.
Okay.
I'm smelling a strong odor of alcoholic beverage. It's very strong inside the vehicle. You said it was from him. I have to do my job and get you out. Your eyes are bloodshot watery. Okay.
No, they're
I pull
not.
you out.
That's a lie.
Okay. I pull you out. You're having a hard time maintaining your balance. I'm still able to smell that odor coming from your breath.
Where's
Your
my hard time maintaining my
Okay.
balance?
How much have you had to drink, man?
Zero.
Zero all
I've
night.
had zero to drink.
Okay.
I
Have
just
you had
got
any
a-
recent head injuries?
No.
Do you wear eye contact?
Yes.
You have them on right now. Are they soft or hard now?
They're in here. They're soft.
They're soft, so they're flimsy?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Can you put your feet together just like mine? Hands right at your side. We need you to remain in that position there. Do you understand?
Okay.
You're not going to move out of that position. I'm going to have you stare at the tip of my right index finger with your eyes. And do not move your head. Do you understand? Yes or
Yeah.
no? Do you have any questions?
Yes, what's your probable cause for doing field
One-
sobriety tests on me?
Once again, I already explained to you what I'm doing. Trying to make sure you're safe to drive.
I
okay.
am safe to drive.
Okay? And I have to do that. My job. Okay? I don't go to your neck of the woods in the hospital and tell you how to do your job, right?
Right, so you
So show me the
should.
same respect. Okay? Is that fair enough?
Sure.
You see my finger, ma'am?
Yes.
Look at my finger with your eyes and do not move your head. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're looking straight ahead, man. You're not even looking at my finger.
I'm looking at your finger right now.
Okay.
I see
follow my-
wrinkles on it.
Okay, follow my finger with your eyes and do not move your head. Do you understand? Do you have any injuries to your legs or feet that are going to prevent you from walking, balancing, or turning?
I have a back injury, yes.
What's your back injury comes from, ma'am?
It's 2 slip discs from doing yoga.
Okay, how long ago was that?
2 years ago?
Okay. Are you still under doctor's care for that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are you going to be able to walk in a straight line, balancing one foot to make a turn?
For the most part, but not necessarily to the normal standards.
Okay. At any time this injury hurts you, just let me know we can stop. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Are those shoes comfortable to walk in, ma'am? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a minute to sit down right here facing your vehicle. Can you put your feet together just like mine? Can you picture an imaginary line on the ground from where your left foot is, straight out in front of you to my right foot?
Is there anything preventing me from making a call to make sure that this is legal
It
and
is
okay?
legal, ma'am.
Is
It is.
there anything preventing me from making a
Obviously,
call right now?
I'm doing an investigation, so you're interrupting my investigation. I don't want that. I just want to make sure you're safe to drive. If you're safe to drive, you're going to be on your way with citations.
I understand.
If you're
that,
not safe to
but,
drive, then I'm going to ultimately arrest you, and I'll let you know when that's going to happen. But we're
But
not to that point yet, ma'am.
here's my thing: is
Go ahead.
I am safe to drive. I know with 100% truth that I have not had alcohol tonight.
Okay.
So my question is, can I make a call right now
As of right now, no, ma'am, you cannot. Okay?
legally?
As of right now, you cannot make a phone call. So, are you going to cooperate with my test, ma'am? Yes or no? I'm not going to sit here and argue with
I'm
you.
not going to discooperate. I just want to know that this is legal.
It
You
is.
can make me do this.
Mhm.
And
And
if
it's
I
all-
say no, does that affect me?
As into what, ma'am?
If I say no, does that affect me
No
legally?
to what? To the test?
No
What-
to the
what you-
tests.
So ultimately, what I'm trying to do is prove that you're safe to drive.
Okay.
What I've seen so far, you're not safe to drive. And I'm trying to prove that you are safe to drive by doing these tests.
And
It's ultimately up to you, whatever you want to do. I can't force you to make these tests or perform these tests,
but
but I'm
does,
trying to do my job. You can respect
I
that.
understand that, but legally, because I picked up my friend who said that he had had 2 drinks.
And even with this distance with us and us talking, your odor is still very strong in your breath every time you speak.
I have type 1 diabetes.
Oh, okay.
If I have ketonic acidosis,
Mm-hmm.
that's a medical condition.
It is.
I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job.
It
I'm
seems
not.
like you are, ma'am, and that's not fair.
Not
for me.
at all. I'm
Okay.
just asking
So
you
listen,
a question.
are you gonna perform these tests? Yes or no?
Do I legally have to?
I already
Am I
answered that
legally
question.
obligated?
I
Am
already answered
I
that question.
legally obligated? Yes or no?
I already answered that question. You don't recall what I asked?
Am I legally obligated? Yes or no?
I'm asking you. If
You
want
did
to.
not answer me clearly.
I
Am
already-
I legally
I already
obligated?
told you, ma'am. You don't have to perform these tests. It's ultimately your choice. But what you're proving right now is you're not safe to drive.
I
What
am
I've
safe to
seen-
drive.
What I've seen with your driving behavior, what I've seen with
Because I was under the speed limit? That's unsafe?
Okay, obviously
wasn't
you don't
speeding.
recall what I said then, okay? We're gonna argue, okay? So listen, I'm gonna give you the instructions. So can you put your imaginary line on the ground, yes or no? No? Okay, so listen, what
I'm
I'm gonna have
not
to do.
saying no. I'm just I'm
Well,
asking you,
listen.
am I legally obligated to do
So
this?
what I'm
Are
gonna
there
do-
ramifications if I
So
don't
listen,
do this?
ma'am. Listen, I'm gonna have you picture an imaginary line on the ground from where your left foot is straight to the rib of
I'm
your
gonna
vehicle.
ask you again, sir. Are there
So look,
legal ramifications
I'm
if
gonna give
I
you the
say no?
instructions. If you want to, refuse the test, you can. Okay, look.
Are there
It'll look like
legal ramifications if I refuse?
Well, ultimately, man, what you're trying to do is you're arguing with me. It's silly.
No,
You're
sir.
a nurse.
I'm asking you a
You know
question.
all the medical terms that you're throwing out here, okay? I'm still smelling alcohol. It's very strong. Your balance is unsteady.
I
you
have
blood, salt,
type
water
1
in your eye.
diabetes.
We're not going to argue with this.
You can say
okay?
that's
So are you going to
alcoholic
perform
if
this
you
test,
want
yes
to.
or no?
I'm asking you if there are legal ramifications if I don't.
I can't force you to do these tests. I just said that 5
Are
times
there
already, man.
are there legal ramifications if I don't?
Ultimately, if you are showing that you're unsafe to drive, then you're going to get arrested for DWI.
I'm not unsafe to drive.
And that's your own opinion, right?
And so it's your opinion against mine.
It is.
Are there legal ramifications if I make a phone call
I already
before
told
I
you you're not
take
making a
these
phone
tests?
call. This is a traffic stop. It's a safety concern. Okay? So are you going to perform this test, yes or no, ma'am?
What are the legal ramifications if I don't?
Okay, ma'am, we're not going to argue. Go and face to the front of my unit, please.
That's not an
Go and turn
argument.
around.
It's a
Go
question,
and turn
sir.
around, please.
Is your lapel camera on?
Yes, it is. Go and turn around.
What are you doing?
You're going to jail, ma'am.
For what?
You want to be silly and argue with me?
For what?
You're going to jail for DWI.
For what? I'm not drinking, though.
Okay.
And you don't have any physical proof.
Well, you're
that
going to
I'm
have an
drinking.
opportunity to prove that. I'm going to give you an opportunity to provide a breast sample. Go and walk over here for me, please, ma'am. Time is 12:36. You are being arrested for DWI at this time.
I didn't drink and drive.
Do you have anything on your person that's going to stand you, poke me, or harm you in any way?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what I'm going to utilize is the back of my hand. I'm going to go down the side of your breast. I'm also going to go underneath your breast, apply pressure upward towards the direction I'm standing. You doing that now, ma'am?
I didn't drink and drive. I don't understand. You're touching my boobs. Stop it. This is not okay. Stop touching my boobs.
You want to do me a favor? Can you open your mouth, please?
No.
Do you have anything in your mouth that you're hiding?
I have gum.
Can you spit your gum out to your right, please? Do you have anything else other than your teeth and your gums?
No.
Can you open your mouth, please? Thank you. 12:37. We're going to walk to the rear of my vehicle, please.
What are you doing?
You're going to jail, ma'am. I already told you
For
that.
what? No, what are you arresting me for? Stop! You didn't have anything to arrest me for! Ow!
Have a seat.
You just hit my
Have
head!
a seat, please, ma'am.
No, I need you to tell me!
Have
You
a
didn't
seat.
even read me Miranda rights! What are you doing?
You're being silly. That's what you're doing, ma'am.
My dad's a cop! What the fuck are you doing?
You should behave a little bit better.
I didn't do anything! I just stood there and asked you a question, you fucking psycho!
Yeah, we love to come. Pull him out. Go and step on out, please.
No, sir.
Sir, you're going to end up getting arrested for resisting, evading, obstructing, okay?
Private property.
It's not private property anymore. It's under investigation. It's going to get towed. So get out of the vehicle, please.
Okay, well.
Hey, don't reach for shit.
I'll reach.
There's a
Hey,
gun in there.
Shut the fuck out.
There's a gun.
Come on.
Come on out.
Step up. Don't grab me. Come
Well,
on.
don't reach for that
Don't
gun.
reach up.
That's a silly thing to do, sir.
Oh,
We know there's a gun in there. I know there's a gun in there. I don't want you reaching in there. Step on out, please.
Come on, Ted. Come on. You've been cool.
Come on out.
Do not grab me.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
Go ahead, step
Step
out.
on out, please.
Why are you? You have no idea.
Ted, we're not gonna sit here and discuss, okay? I've been cool with you, you've been cool with me.
Cool. What do you need from me? I'm right here.
So I need you to step out of the vehicle because we're gonna throw it.
Bueno.
Cool. Is that everything you need?
No.
I'll grab it for you.
What do you need so we can get in the car? Grab that gun.
Which gun?
Huh? What's your name? Officer?
Move on.
Little
Officer.
The open next come quick for a gun. The open next come. Good for a firearm. So 40 millimeter Glock. Serial number Nora Boy Henry 681.
I copy Nora Boy.
There's a seat on the red chair. Have a seat, please. So, man, listen. I explained to you. I have to read you this card. It's going to give you details on what is going on right now. Okay? If you could just, hold back a little bit and ask the questions there at the end, okay? I'll answer any questions you need. Okay? So listen to me.
Finally, you're gonna answer my questions.
Well, we're face to face now, man. We're off the side of the road. You know what I mean?
Okay, so nothing matters before this? When I ask you questions, you can just say, oh, I don't want to answer that. I'm gonna arrest you?
Okay, ma'am. See, there we go again. This is where we, got into the battle on the side of the road. Okay?
There was no battle.
Listen.
I was asking you questions
Listen
I
to me.
feel like I
I'm
have the
about to
right
tell you
to
something
answer
important.
to.
You are under arrest for driving while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs, DWI. The New Mexico Compliant Consent Act requires you to submit to a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity to arrange for a physician, a licensed nurse or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid by the law enforcement agency, which is New Mexico State Police. Do you agree to take our test? Yes or no? And it's a breath test that I'm asking for.
I'm sorry. Am I required to agree to take this test?
Okay, so since you said, am I required to take this test, I cannot force you to take our test, or this test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you are convicted in court of driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
I do not understand.
What don't you understand?
I don't understand why you think I need this test.
Because you've been arrested for DWI. So
And
listen,
why have I been arrested for DWI?
you'll find out in the report that I'm going to write, okay? So listen, once again, I cannot force you to take our
You
test.
haven't told me why you've arrested me.
If you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you're convicted
And
in
why
court
is
or
that?
driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested, as well as you're going to be charged with aggravated DWI. That's just how the state works. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand. I don't understand why I'm being
Okay, well, I read it
told
to you.
that it's aggravated.
Yep.
I don't understand what I did that caused this. I don't understand the probable cause.
I already told you. Okay? I
You
already told
haven't, though.
Mhm.
Please
Bloodshot
tell me.
water your eyes, the driving behavior, the strong odor of alcoholic beverage made from your breath, still been present with even this distance right here,
From
man.
the person
Okay.
that I was giving a ride home who had
Okay,
a
because
strong
he's not even here no more,
alcohol.
right? That makes total sense. Okay, so listen, do you now agree to be tested, or do you agree to take our test?
What is the test?
The breathalyzer.
And what is that?
This is an intoxicator 8000. This is how it measures alcohol in your breath.
And how does it measure it?
Grams of alcohol per 210 liters of breath. Any other questions? So, do you now agree to be tested, yes or no?
You said, are there any other questions? And I didn't get a chance to answer.
I didn't even say that. I said, do you now agree to be tested, yes or no?
And I'm sorry.
Okay.
What
You're
are
not answering my question, so I'm going to consider your actions refuse to be tested at this time, as well
I'm
as you're going to
not
be charged with
refusing,
aggravated
sir.
DWI, okay?
I'm not refusing at all. I'm just trying to clarify what you're asking me because you're not being very clear.
I'm sorry I'm not being clear to you. I'm speaking as clear as possible.
Okay, but I have some questions about what you're
Go ahead,
stating.
man. What's your question you might have?
What is a breathalyzer 8000.
And Toxalizer
What is
8000?
it? How does it work?
You blow into the machine and it detects and measures your alcohol content in your blood,
Okay.
in your breath.
And I'm required to do that test?
I just told you the consequences. I can read it to you again if you need to.
Yes, please. Please read it to me again because I couldn't quite hear you. You were going really fast.
Okay, let me slow it down for you, okay?
Okay.
So once again, I cannot force you to take our test. But if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license, a non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you are convicted in court of driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand?
Not quite. Why would I lose my license for a year?
Because when you sign your for your driver's license, you state that I will take a breath test if it's given to me or offered to me. Now, if you
And
refuse,
it's
I'll just
offered
read
to
you
you?
that. I'm offering it to you now, ma'am,
Right, but under what grounds?
because you're arrested for DWI.
And why did you arrest me for DWI?
I already explained that to you, ma'am.
Because you thought I was...
I don't think I know.
You know what?
I know that you're intoxicated and you should not be driving, ma'am.
Because I was... What? Was I going over
I already
the speed
explained to you.
limit? You didn't explain that to me, sir.
You'll be able to revert to the video where I explained to you multiple times. Maybe you're having a difficult time understanding me because you're under the influence.
I'm not under the influence, sir. I have type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
My blood sugar is a little bit off. I was picking
Okay.
up a friend so that he wouldn't drive drunk. I understand that you wouldn't listen to that.
Okay.
I don't know where we meet in the middle.
Well, you're already incarcerated. You're going to jail, ma'am. You're going to be booked into the Metropolitan Detention Facility here in about an hour or so.
Under what charges?
DWI. Aggravated DWI. Speeding, careless driving, ma'am.
Do you feel good about arresting someone who is trying to give somebody else a ride who had been drinking?
I do feel amazing right now because I know I saved somebody's life, ma'am.
Really?
Yes,
Somebody's
ma'am.
life from a sober person who is trying to give a drunk person a ride home?
Okay, ma'am.
You feel amazing about that?
I do feel okay with my decision to arrest you, ma'am. I don't feel like you should have been driving. So, ma'am, listen. I entered your information to Toxalizer 8000. This is where you can provide a breath sample. Can you read this for me, please? It says, please blow until the tone stops. This is where you can provide a breath sample. Do you wish to?
Oh, I'm sorry, what is the need for that?
This is where you, like you said, you said you had nothing to drink. This is where it's going to prove it. But it's ultimately your choice. I read you what I'm requesting is a breath sample. I read you the consequences. You didn't answer yes or no. You became argumentative. So your actions are
I'm
going
just
to...
asking what
So
the consequences
listen, your
are.
actions at that time indicate that you're refusing to be tested. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Enter your information to this machine here.
My blood sugar is not
Do you
normal.
wish to provide a breath sample?
I don't know what that means.
Do you wish to just provide a breath sample? Yes or no, ma'am?
What does it mean if I provide a breath sample?
You blow into the machine.
And what does that do?
It's going to indicate your blood alcohol content or your breath alcohol content.
Okay, and if I do that, that's a good thing?
It's ultimately up to you. It's going to determine where you're at. If you refuse, you're going to be charged with aggravated DWI. That's just how the state works.
And why would I be charged with aggravated?
Because you're refusing to be tested, ma'am.
And if I feel that I don't need to be tested, that's aggravated?
Yes, ma'am.
Just to clarify?
Yes, ma'am.
Automatically that's aggravated?
Yes, ma'am.
And there's no way to clarify that I was not aggravated?
This is the clarification right here, ma'am. And once
But-
again, it's up to you on your choice.
But if I
So
know
we'll see
how
until
to-
the machine times out. Usually takes about 3 minutes. Then email me. You
Okay.
tell me you want to provide a breath sample. I'll walk you through on how to do it, and we'll get you through the breath sample. Okay?
That's great. And in the
Okay, perfect.
meantime, before it times out,
Well, you don't have that long, so make a decision real quick.
okay, you're pressuring me to
I'm
do
not
this.
pressuring you to do anything, ma'am.
If
It's
I
ultimately
feel
your
that
decision.
I am not drinking and driving, and I feel that this is unnecessary for me, is that a bad thing? Does that automatically make me guilty somehow?
So listen, I already explained it to you. You can provide a breath sample. You have a right to a secondary independent test. Okay, if you
Okay.
do provide a breath sample. If you don't, you sit here and just let the machine time out, it's going to make a little funky noise. And the machine times out, you're going to be charged with aggravated DWI. That's just how the state works because you're refusing
And
to be
if I
tested.
get the secondary and it's not an aggravated level of alcohol, what does that do?
So the only ways you could be charged with aggravated DWI if you blow a .16 or higher, a great bodily injury or car accident, stuff like that,
That didn't
or a
happen.
refusal. So those are the only ways you could be charged with that. So if you blow over a .08 and under a .16, you're going to be charged with DWI simple. First offense, not aggravated. Okay? So it's
Okay.
ultimately up to you.
I'm not refusing. I'm just asking for clarification. I'm
And I
sorry.
clarified it, ma'am. I just want to let you know the machine will make a funky noise when the machine times out, okay? And
Okay.
that's when it's going to be no sample introduced and you'll be charged with aggravated DWI. Do you wish to provide a breath sample?
If I don't provide a breath sample and it automatically makes that noise as you're saying,
That noise there? Yes.
well, I guess it's too late to ask you the question then.
Go ahead, ma'am. If you change your mind, I can rerun the machine. Go with your question.
I really don't understand if I wasn't drinking tonight. I've always been told that a police officer has to have probable cause.
And I did. And I still do.
You said I was speeding. You didn't charge me with speeding. You pulled me out and you made me do field sobriety tests, and I don't feel like I was failing those. I don't feel like I did anything wrong except try to drive my friend home who was drinking.
Okay, ma'am. That's your personal opinion.
And
And this is,
that's my honest
I
truth.
completely understand where you're coming from. I have to do my job.
I get that, but I don't understand what all these machines mean. I don't understand why I can't have a phone call. I don't understand.
And I told you could have a phone call once I'm done with all this process. Now that the
Okay.
machine's done and everything else, you're not going to provide a breath sample. We're going to put you in the holding cell. You're going to get your cell phone. You're going to make a phone
I
call.
just don't understand what the benefit versus the risk is of me
Because-
providing a breath sample because you didn't explain it to me.
Ma'am, listen. I am way too old for this crap to be dealing with the argumentative stuff. I explained to him multiple times.
I've never had
I'm
this
to
happen
the point-
before, so
I'm
I'm
to the
sorry
point
you're
where I
too
don't-
old for it, but
I
I don't
know.
understand.
I don't understand how I can explain to you any better.
Your
It's a simple,
experience is
basic
not my
stuff.
experience.
Would you like to read it? Maybe that will help you.
That might help me, but you
Cool.
haven't offered
Stand
me
up.
that.
Look, it's right here. Right here. It's simple letters,
This is the first you've told me of
and
that.
I've read it to you. So I'm going to read it to
You
you
have
again.
not read it to me.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to me. I'm about to tell you something important. You are under arrest for driving while under the influence of intoxicating liquor and or drugs, DWI.
And
The New Mexico Complexant Act requires you to submit to a breath test to determine the alcohol content of your blood. After you take our test, you have the right to choose an additional independent test. If you choose to take this additional independent test, you have the right to a reasonable opportunity range for a physician, a licensed nurse, or laboratory technician or technologist who is employed by a hospital or physician of your own choice to perform an additional chemical test. The cost of this additional test will be paid by the law enforcement agency, which is New Mexico State Police. That's who I'm employed with.
okay.
Do you agree to take our test? The breath test is what I'm asking for. It's a yes or a no.
Okay. I don't feel like you explained that to me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just scared.
So,
I've never been
Do
in this
you agree
position
to take our
before.
test? Yes or no, ma'am?
I wish you could tell me what the ramifications are one way or another. I don't know
You're not
what's the
answering my
best
question, so I'm
thing.
going to continue reading. I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year. If you are convicted in court of driving under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand that?
So to clarify, if I refuse and I want a secondary test, I still lose my New Mexico driver's license.
If you
for 1
refuse,
year?
you don't get an opportunity to do your secondary end test because you have to do the first one first. You understand that? So if you do the first one, is the what do you call it, breathalyzer, then you have an opportunity for your secondary independent test. You get your cell phone, you make a phone call to whoever you want to make a phone call. They come over here, they have to bring their own blood kit, and they have to come and draw your blood.
Okay.
That's a secondary end test.
Okay.
Okay? So like I said, do you understand what I read you?
I'm trying to. I'm sorry.
I cannot force you to take our test, but if you refuse, you will lose your New Mexico driver's license or non-resident operating privilege for 1 year.
And that's automatic.
If you are convicted in court of driving while under the influence, you may also receive a greater sentence because you refuse to be tested. Do you understand?
I'm trying to understand. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be stupid here. I just don't understand the
now-
law stuff enough.
Do you now agree to be tested? Yes or no?
So it's an automatic 1 year if I refuse to be tested?
That's what it says, man.
Even if I get a secondary testing that's like negative, that's like I was not drinking tonight?
That's ultimately if you get it. Yes, ma'am.
And so,
And that's going to go to court and you get to argue it.
and so if I argue it and they have proof that I wasn't drunk tonight, will I still lose my license for 1 year, or
It's
is it
all going to be if you get convicted or not, ma'am.
okay?
So, do you now agree to be tested? I just need to know if I'm going to run the machine again or not.
And if I don't get tested, what's gonna happen?
You're going to be charged with aggravated DWI, refusal, speeding, and careless driving, and you're going to get booked into the Bernalillo Metropolitan Detention Facility.
And why will I be charged with careless driving?
What?
Why will I be charged with
Because you're
careless
stopped at
driving?
a green light, man. That's what it is. You're not paying full
Because
attention.
The other car that was coming across the intersection looked like he wasn't gonna stop. So
Okay.
I was stopped to see if he was gonna
Okay. And you
stop.
can explain that to the judge.
Okay, I can
Okay.
explain that.
Yeah, you can explain anything you want to the judge. Go and have a seat, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I thought I was being safe. I didn't think it was
So,
breaking the law. I thought I was being
Well, ma'am.
careful.
ma'am, listen. Do you want me to run the machine again, or do you not?
I don't know. I don't know what's
Okay.
the best thing to
We're
do
done
here.
now.
I've never been
Go and
around.
stand up. Let's go over here. We're done. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you, and I'm
not
sorry.
trying to argue. I'm just
You
trying
are.
to
You're
find
being.
out what's the best.
I can't tell you. I'm a cop. I'm not a lawyer. I can't tell you that information, unfortunately. Okay, so sit tight. I'm gonna get